Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new Animal Crossing video. Despite the lack of dedicated Animal Crossing news during the recent Nintendo Directs, there is still a surprising amount of Animal Crossing news and headlines that have surfaced over the last few days. Most notably some bad news that affect Switch 2 fans over in the US, I think you should know, but alongside some good news surrounding new Switch 2 features that actually benefit Animal Crossing New Horizons, as well as the latest Animal Crossing merch discounts you don't want to miss, and both in-game and in-person Animal Crossing events taking place right now, so lots to get through. So if you're a fan of Animal Crossing and enjoy hearing about the latest goings on, be sure to leave a like as it's a super easy way to support what we do here. And without further ado, let's jump straight in. Now, starting with the obvious, including something you might not want to hear regarding the price, the Nintendo Switch 2 has of course just been revealed in full with a dedicated Nintendo Direct breaking down everything we need to know about the upcoming console. Nintendo showcased pretty much all the hardware, including new mouse Joy-Con, built-in mics, and a bunch of other features, including voice chat and game sharing, which, in case you missed my previous video, will 100% change the way we'll play multiplayer in Animal Crossing New Horizons, but more on that in a second. But first, the price of the Nintendo Switch 2 has been revealed to be £396 here, or $450 in the US for the standalone console, and £430 here, or $500 in the US for the Mario Kart World Bundle. And whilst many, myself included, think this is priced a little high, prices may be set to change for those in the US, but unfortunately not for the better. As I'm sure you've seen in the news, the US has now enforced additional tax tariffs worldwide, which among several other things affect the cost of physical products such as the Nintendo Switch 2 being imported into the US, which means there's a chance Nintendo may increase the price of the console further to cover these additional taxes for those in the US. Nintendo issued a statement over the weekend, I believe directly to GameStop, who then published an update to their socials which reads, and I quote, "Pre-orders for Nintendo Switch 2 in the US will not start April 9th, 2025 in order to assess the potential impact of the tariffs and evolving market conditions. Nintendo will update timing at a later date. The launch date of June 5th, 2025 is unchanged." And they go on to say they're working with Nintendo and will update everyone accordingly. So basically Nintendo updated GameStop that they're looking into how the tariffs will affect the retail price of the Nintendo Switch 2 in the US, so have pulled pre-orders for now at least. This means Nintendo are evaluating things, and there's every chance that the actual launch price come June 5th could be significantly higher to ensure Nintendo can pay the taxes. After all, they are a business and these new US taxes aren't optional. That said, we don't know the outcome yet, and any news outlet suggesting otherwise is guessing. Maybe Nintendo will make a small loss to keep a consistent price alongside the likes of the UK and Canada. Maybe they'll negotiate a deal, maybe the tariffs will change, we really don't know. With that said, there does appear to be other retailers offering pre-orders still, so just be aware that prices are uncertain in the US right now. Anyway, that was the not so good news we needed to cover. Fortunately, the Switch 2 does include some good news for Animal Crossing fans. Whilst no mainline games were announced and it doesn't look like we're getting an enhanced version of Animal Crossing New Horizons, the dedicated Nintendo Direct did highlight some of the new Switch 2 features, which are of course exclusive to the Switch 2, do benefit Animal Crossing and are compatible with New Horizons. Game Chat, which is essentially Nintendo's voice chat service, was revealed and shown working with Animal Crossing New Horizons. Furthermore, their screen sharing service that allows players to share their screens with friends whilst on the Nintendo Switch 2 was again shown to work with Animal Crossing New Horizons. This is all super exciting and will completely change the way we interact with friends whilst playing on a Nintendo Switch 2. Moving on to some actual Animal Crossing news now, it seems that several LEGO Animal Crossing sets that have released over the last few years are now on sale across a variety of online retailers. Most notably, some of the older sets, including Capin's Island Boat Tour, Isabel's House Visit, Nook's Crannies, Dodo Airlines, and KK's Concert at the Plaza, appear to be the biggest sales right now, with some of them up to almost half price on places like Amazon. Anyway, this comes as 3 more LEGO Animal Crossing sets sets are rumored to release later in the year, which are again rumored to be some of the biggest sets to release so far. So if you've been holding off buying some sets because of the price, now is your time. Next up, Nintendo recently launched a brand new app called Nintendo Today, which is essentially a news hub for all things Nintendo. The interesting thing is Nintendo Today can be customized using an Animal Crossing theme and used to track in-game content. Nintendo Today is basically a news timeline filled with Nintendo headlines that can be customized to your liking, but it also includes trivia and design ideas for Animal Crossing fans too. However, that's not the coolest part. The coolest part is this app allows you to track current and upcoming in-game events in both Animal Crossing New Horizons and Animal Crossing Pocket Camp Complete. If you head to the calendar section, you can simply check what seasonal materials are available or what holiday events are taking place in New Horizons, or you can see what events and goals you can currently participate in Pocket Camp. It's not a groundbreaking app or anything, but definitely a useful tool if, like me, you have a memory of a goldfish. Moving on, and speaking of in-game events, April is here and a batch of fresh new, never before seen content has arrived in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp this month. In fact, the recent preview of the update shows all of the new items that are available right now and through to the end of April. In the next few days, Katie's Garden event will come to a close, which of course offers the first batch of new content and will be replaced with CJ's Fresh Laundry Fishing Tourney, which is fun to say, which will introduce the next. And of course, the Glasses Shop Scavenger Hunt, which is April's third event, will arrive towards the end of the month. Furthermore, the Animal Crossing team recently shared a screenshot hyping up Bunny Day in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, reminding everyone it's a fun time to redecorate and celebrate the event. So as usual, plenty to look forward to in Pocket Camp, including a bunch of brand new content if that's your thing. Once again, speaking of events, but this time in real life, I thought I'd just remind you that Animal Crossing's Aquarium tour has reached Australia this month for the first time. You know what it is by now, so I won't waste your time explaining it, but those in Australia now have the chance to immerse themselves in the Animal Crossing New Horizons Sea Life Aquarium tour from April 1st through to May 18th. It's a lot of fun. You get to see some Animal Crossing critters and take part in some activities, and of course there's photo ops too. Thanks to friend of the channel May, we know Isabel is wearing her Aloha shirt over there, which is pretty cool. If you made it to this point in the video, be sure to post Isabel in the comments just to let me know you did, and be sure to include what you think about the price of the Nintendo Switch 2, as well as if you can see yourself using game chat whilst playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'd love to know. Thanks to the Patreon and channel members for supporting this content. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.